I did this meal prep in less than 30 minutes from start to finish to doing dishes, and I'm gonna show you how. So we just finished up cooking some of the beef tenderloin. That literally took me maybe 2 minutes. So pretty much so far all it did was it cooked, it took 6 hours, and now it's out. I put it in a bowl, it's kind of just resting. Now I am starting with my chicken. I literally just dumped it out, kind of cleaned up the bowl because I'm gonna use the exact same thing. In all honesty, I'm trying to get all meal prepping and everything done in like 30-ish minutes. Obviously you have cooking time, but I'm literally working as I'm cooking this. So, you know, you don't have to actively do anything. I'm going to start the timer, and this is for the chicken. So we are gonna cook the chicken. We're doing this a little bit beforehand because later on I'm gonna be cooking the salmon and the sweet potatoes in the oven, and that's mainly when I'm gonna consider that the meal prepping. This is more so I just put it in, cook it, and then it just cooks for 6 hours. So we are gonna start right now. My stopwatch is at 1:51. So I'm gonna start it in 1 second. And I'm going to just prep the chicken, put it in, pause it, and we'll see how much longer we have. All right, so we are gonna start now. Okay, so this is probably gonna take us the longest time. And honestly, it can take longer or shorter depending on how you want to trim the chicken. So I think for me, I'm not that picky. As long as the chicken doesn't look gross, I'm good at just putting it in. The main thing is really just cutting into the chicken, getting it out, and putting it in. So we're gonna see how long this actually takes. Might not be the best for audio because I like to have the water running as I do this, but literally all these chicken breasts, I get them from Costco. They all look decently well trimmed. Nothing that I'm really gonna have to do and take off. Plus, once it's cooked, it looks even better. I went with the cheapest amount of chicken that you can get in bulk from Costco. I'm not a family of 4, I'm a family of 2. I am kind of just cooking this for my wife and I. And it tends to last us about a week. But this is a favorite go-to. Honestly, this is the fastest that I can do chicken, which is why I always do it this way. It's just so fast. Like, it might be slightly more dry than other methods, but I would probably take that dry, and you can always hide the dryness in something else that you're doing. Like, I've been putting them in soups lately. You can't tell if it's dry if it's in the soup. Okay, so we are 1 layer in. So far, we are at 3 minutes and 55 seconds. You can see 1 layer in. All right, so I think this is it is a recipe. It's like a Mississippi pot roast, but I started to do it with chicken. We are taking a ranch seasoning packet. We're gonna put on half right now, just a little dusting. I'm gonna put brown gravy. I think the Mississippi has a different thing, but to be honest, you have the similar things and it tastes just as good. Now, I don't track the calories from these on my chicken. Maybe I should. From when I was 215 pounds to right now, I have not tracked it, and it has not done anything. So far with how my beef tenderloin turned out, very happy with how it turned out. I tried that recently for the first time, so this is actually only my second time making it, but I really liked it, so I figured I'd try it again. So we are adding in some pepperoncinis. Hate pronouncing that because I always butcher it. Okay, so we have the first layer. We are 5 minutes and 39 seconds in. We're gonna go for round 2 of chicken. So the idea is really to get everything cooked up in one day, and you will see how easy it is. Okay, second layer is now in. We are just going to coat it again. Try to do it evenly. I'm doing a pretty bad job at that, but all right. And then second one is the gravy. A lot of times I would do this on my lunch break from work. Okay, we are at 8 minutes and it is going in the crock pot now. I call it a crock pot, it's a rice cooker. Right now we're at 8 minutes, 37 seconds, and that's cooking both things. That's actually insane. Showing you really how fast and easy it is. You just have to take a little bit of time to do everything. And now I'm also gonna clean up my mess a little bit. And I'm gonna keep the timer running because I have that kind of time. Okay, so we are at 9 minutes and 45 seconds. We're gonna pause it there. We will come back in a little bit. Honestly, we're probably gonna start with the salmon and the sweet potatoes, and then we'll get back to the chicken later. That's it for now. We are only 9 minutes and 45 seconds into the whole meal prep, and we're like halfway done. Okay guys, so it is a little bit later in the day. We still have the chicken cooking, and now we are gonna get onto the majority of the actual prepping. And we are gonna cook the sweet potatoes, and we're going to cook the salmon. So both very easy to do. First, we're gonna start out with preheating the oven. Right now, we are at 9 minutes and 45 seconds, and we're gonna start it and then start preheating the oven. Okay, so I like to pretty much cook all my meats. Anything that I'm cooking in the oven, I always cook it at 400 degrees, and that just always tends to work for me. I don't know much more than that. So I'm not a genius when it comes to meal prepping. All right, so as the timer, it is going, so we're gonna start getting ready. First, we're gonna start with salmon. Need a tray. And I'm going to use some aluminum foil. Honestly, this makes the cleanup super easy. Now you can spray this with like some cooking spray if you want. I'm not going to. I should say one of the things that I do, I don't buy like pre-cooked foods, but I do buy like marinated, something like that, stuff that's already kind of spiced up. And we are just gonna cut it out of its package. It's in like a little package, I'm just kind of cutting it out. And as you can see, it's already kind of marinated. It's the same price. I know sometimes I think they probably give you like the worse off meat that they marinate, but honestly, I don't notice the difference. It works out. Okay, so we have that. Something I actually started to do recently. I was just kind of like, in a sense, scoring it. I don't know if that exactly helps much, but I've been doing it. I've been liking it. And that's it. That's literally it for the salmon. So we are at 12 minutes, 30 seconds. It will go in at 400 degrees for 25 minutes. All right, next, we're gonna do the exact same thing. It's not perfect, but it works. I like to spray a little bit of Pam on the bottom. That's it. And then seasoning wise, I actually like to put a little bit of the garlic salt just on the bottom. All right, and now time for, just kind of trimming the sweet potatoes. Okay, so we have, I think it's 6 pounds of sweet potato. Much more than I need, but it's about as little of quantity that I can buy for some reason. For a cheap price, I should say. I'm gonna go in stages. First, I always wash them. You should wash them. Now, they're all washed. We're just gonna go right into it. I literally just cut off anything that doesn't look good. So like this little bit, the ends, typically we'll cut that off. You'll see me putting it in the sink. I do throw it in the garbage. So I'll put them in at 400 degrees for about an hour and 20 minutes. And they typically are cooked enough. So I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of score it. And this is what I do. I don't even think I've watched any videos on YouTube on how to do this, but it works for me. Honestly, whatever makes it the fastest, which time-wise, I'm killing it. Yeah, this one's a big boy, so I might cut this one in half. You know, I think something when I first started out with lifting, I wanted to meal prep and everything. I remember I didn't feel like I was meal prepping unless I was having everything in individual little plastic containers. I kid you not, I would meal prep for like 3 to 4 hours on a Sunday, and it just turned me off to the idea of actually meal prepping, because I was like, you know, I don't always have 3, 4, 5 hours, sometimes it was more. And I'd get extreme where I would be weighing out the rice, I'd be weighing out the protein, weighing out the sauce, like everything, to such an extreme level. I never stuck to meal prepping as good as I have now, and I think it's just because of how I'm doing it. So as you can see, one, this is not taking any time at all. Like, we're almost done with the sweet potatoes. 6 pounds, might I add. But it's just the fact that I'm not putting these into containers. I just batch make stuff. I'm gonna put all these in one container. If I ever need a carb source, I know, hey, I can go to sweet potatoes. If I know every single day I'm gonna have chicken and rice and that's my one meal, you're gonna get meal fatigue super easily. And I think that's honestly gonna throw you off of wanting to diet at all. I think just cooking the proteins, cooking the carbs, having them in one big container, nothing's weighed out. I mean, you're seeing how quickly I'm doing it. This is taking me 30 minutes probably at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to wait a little bit for it to cook and everything, but like 30 minutes of my actual time, and I'm gonna have all the proteins, all the carbs, good fats, and I'm including dishes in this time. I'm including throwing the scraps away. Just know that you don't have to be so detailed that you have to have every single piece of rice counted. Like, if that's something that you have to do, you can obviously do it. More power to you. It's just, if it's something that you're not gonna easily do it, you know, week after week, then maybe find a solution that's gonna help you do that. Another tip, I always like to spray them. And this is an olive oil spray. And this is, I think everybody kind of knows about this, but that garlic salt, very generic. Okay, so these are done now. They just have to cook. They're gonna go in at 400 degrees for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm gonna stop it right there. We're at 20 minutes and 45 seconds. I literally beat the oven. It's still preheating. I have nothing else to do right now. Like meal prep wise, I could put dishes away. I'm just gonna have more dishes. I kind of want you to see how many dishes I'm actually creating, which that was the other thing actually. When I used to go and meal prep actual individual containers, not only would I get the meal fatigue, you know, you can have a meal once, you can have it twice, but you're gonna hate it after the third, fourth, fifth time. Maybe if you're making one, that's not too bad, but also the amount of dishes I would have. It was just insane. I would hate meal prepping because it's gonna take you 4 or 5 hours just for all the cooking, getting all the meals right. You're gonna be on the same food for the next week, and then you're gonna have older, you know, meals that aren't as good. And then the amount of dishes. It would take me, I'd go through so many dishes. It was insane. So like you're looking at like, okay, there goes my Saturday, there goes my Sunday, just to meal prep. As where you're seeing here, you're gonna see the dishes, minimal dishes, very minimal effort. When you're doing it like this and you just have the protein prepped, I can have a chicken sandwich, I can have chicken with vegetables, I could just have chicken, I could do whatever I want with that chicken, okay? Your weirdest combination, you could do that. And yet it's gonna probably work out better than a week-old meal prepped meal. And I find the proteins are actually very good at lasting a week. I think for the most part, it's probably the other things, like if you're meal prepping with vegetables, that might not be as good, you know, in a week. But protein typically, at least I found, can really go that whole week really well. All right, a lot of talking. Those are my tips. I'll be back when those are ready to go in. Okay, so the oven just preheated. So we're gonna start it, we're gonna put it in, and then we're gonna set a timer, and then we'll unpause the stopwatch. So salmon. All right, so both those are in. We're gonna set 2 individual timers. So we're gonna start with the sweet potatoes. You know what? I'm so confident in our time, I didn't even label it. And we're gonna do the salmon we're gonna do it for 30 minutes. I would rather it be overcooked than undercooked. Okay, so that is it. Stopwatch. We're at 21 minutes, 40 seconds. To be honest, once those are done, we just have to put everything in containers and we're done. All right guys, 30 minutes is up. So we are going to start our timer, get our oven mitts, and get going. And this is only just the salmon. All right, so we're at 21:40. Got my cool Baby Yoda mitts. Oh, that looks great. Yep, that looks done. Stop it right there. We are at 22 minutes, 30 seconds basically. And see you guys for the sweet potatoes. About 45 minutes later, the sweet potatoes are done. So, gonna hit the timer and we'll get going. Those are done. Oh yeah, awesome. I think I actually cook them a little too long. I'm not sure, but I love how they turn out. Like the knife just goes in perfectly. So we're gonna cancel that. Gonna let them cool a little bit, and then we just have to put them in containers. We're at 23 minutes and 21 seconds. Now the sweet potatoes and salmon have both had time to cool, so we're gonna go ahead and start the stopwatch, put it in the containers, and go on from there. Go. That's probably too. All right, I'm gonna start with salmon. I always like to actually get the skin off. There we go. Okay. I was gonna say that's gonna take us longer than anything else. That's just removing the salmon skin because nobody's gonna eat that. We gotta pick up the pace. We're at 25 minutes. Now for cleaning it, this is gonna be the hardest part, okay? We're gonna have to, now we're done. Okay, and now we're on the sweet potatoes. Those came out not that long ago, so that will be hot. And we're just gonna lump them in. I kinda like cutting them up a little bit, just like this. Really depends. I guess in this situation, it would help to have everything fit better. All right, and now we are at 27:32. So we basically have 2 minutes, 30 seconds to grab the chicken, put it in a container, and do dishes. That's actually gonna be a little hard, but I will say that I'm also talking to you guys, and if I was actually trying to do this within 30 minutes, I definitely could have. I'll see you guys for the chicken. I actually forgot to press record on the chicken, but basically it took me about a minute to go and fish out the chicken, put it in there, and I kind of smushed it up a little bit. Once it's cooked like that for 6 minutes or 6 hours in the rice cooker, it just mashes up super easy. So we are now done with the chicken. All right, so as you can see, there is not a lot in the sink. There's really few dishes, 30 minutes and 30 seconds. Especially for how much I've talked to you guys during this, pausing, I think it's safe to say that's within 30 minutes. All right guys, that is all for my 30-minute meal prep. Super easy, very quick, and something I think everybody can do. If you guys want more tips like this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more.